everyone. I'm Susan Parker. I am here today with one of my clients, Brenda Beerntsen, and I just wanted to let you guys hear her story because so many times you guys like see pictures and different things, but you don't really get the full story. And so I just want Brenda was very sweet to be willing to share her journey. And one of the things I love about coaching is that I never would have met Brenda. I actually started coaching a client and it was then a client's friend came on, and then that client's sister came on, and the client's sister and Brenda actually came on together because they wanted to do the plan. And so it's really neat. But what's really fun is Brenda lives in Columbia, Missouri, which is where I went to college. And so I'm partial to that area too. But we're just going to get to talk. I'm going to ask some questions. And so Brenda, just to start out, I want you to be completely honest and just tell us what was your life like before plan, what happened, and what made you, well,
Okay.
we'll start with that. So just, yeah, what had you tried, what worked, what didn't work?
Okay. Okay. So the weight had come on very gradually. I've been here in this position for over 20 years here in Columbia. And so, initially the weight was just kind of, new job weight that you put on. And then it was baby weight, but my baby is now 11 years old. And then it was I had a health issue where I ended up having a fluke accident and breaking my hip. And so I was a little more immobile. So that for a period of time, so I put on some weight there. Then there was the COVID weight. And then ultimately, then I took on a managerial position and there was more weight that came on as a result of that. And so over time, probably over the last 20 years, I have put on a close to 40 pounds. And so I have been wanting to get rid of that weight. And I had tried different things, intermittent fasting, watching portion size, watching, how much alcohol I was drinking. And, I could get 5 to 7 pounds off, but that was it. And then this past December, when I saw my good friend that I did the program with, she mentioned she was doing this. Her sister had lost, I think, 30 or 40 pounds. She was going to do this. And I'm like, well, what program is it? She told me. I looked it up. I'm a scientist at heart. And so I looked it up. I wanted to know what it entailed. And I'm like, it sounds like something I can do. Uh, it makes sense to me. So I decided to do it and started it January 2nd. Big reason why I wanted to do it was, as I mentioned, I've got a daughter who's 11 years old. I'm an older mom. I want to make sure that I'm around for her in the future. I want to increase the likelihood that I will be around for her in the future and be healthy while I'm there. And then the second reason was I had been telling my doctor for years that I'm going to lose weight. This year, I'm going to lose weight. Well, finally, I did it. And I have to say, she was pleasantly surprised when I saw her. I ended up losing over 40 pounds. I lost I think about 9 inches in terms of my body measurements. My BMI, I just checked it. I went from 28.1 down to 21.5. My blood pressure, I had been averaging. I have a tendency to have white coat syndrome, so I always take it in advance of going to see my doctor. And so it had been like 125 over, I don't know, 80 or so. And this time around, when I was taking it, I was about 112 over like 67. So a good improvement there. We checked, my cholesterol had been high for the last few years. And so it dropped to over 20%. I went from, let's see, 267 for total cholesterol down to 216. My LDL, the bad cholesterol, went from 190 to 138, and my ratio went from a 4.9 to it improved to I think it was about a 3.7. So all those numbers looked much improved. I feel good. That was really important to me. That's a big plus for this because I feel good. So not only, we can see that there's differences in numbers, but I also feel good. And so this program has really been a plus for me. So I started it January 2nd, and I'm at the point now I'm no longer doing the 5 and 1. That was the program I was on. I have transition to kind of the regular foods, and now I'm at the point where I do use their fuelings, but I don't need to use the fuelings because I can use what we call whole foods. Susan, is that what we say?
Yeah.
So I can use other foods to have for my mid morning snack, my mid afternoon snack, and my evening snack. So the plan has worked well for me.
Yeah. And what do you think made this one different versus other things you'd tried in the past? And first, did you think it was hard? Do you think it was easy? How was it for you?
I actually thought it was pretty easy uh, because all I needed to do was have the fuelings. So you purchase the fuelings and you do a lean and green meal. And a lean and green meal is you get 5 to 7 ounces of cooked protein. Well, I mean, if you're not doing things like certain meats, there are other options available, more vegetarian options available. But 5 to 7 ounces of cooked meat, and then the green. So 3 servings of veggies. That was very easy to do. That was generally going to be my evening meal. And then you get 5 fuelings, and they can be bars, they can be like shakes, and you have one within an hour or so of getting up, and then you have one 2 to 3 hours later, and then 2 to 3 hours later and that's how it goes. And it's easy because you can pop them in your backpack, your purse, leave them in the car, and they're available there. And then you just, when it's time, you have one. And I found myself generally not being hungry. Didn't after a couple of days, didn't really have any cravings. So for me, it was easy to do. And so it was easy for me to kind of stay with the program and stay on it. And I mean, the only thing is it does cost some money. But for me, I looked at it and said, this is important for my health, and I'm not getting any younger. I want to be healthy for my daughter. And so I decided the commitment, financial commitment, was worth it to me, because I also knew that it wouldn't be long term, that this wasn't going to be forever. I wasn't going to be doing this year in, year out. And so that was a big draw for me, because I was not willing to do that. I wanted something that I knew if I got the weight off, I'd probably be able to keep it off, most of that weight off. And so I just needed help getting to that point.
Yeah.
So,
And that's what I love about our program. It keeps it super easy for you so we can work on mindset and habit changes, which you've done fantastic at. We can teach you how to make the lean and green meal so that you're everything in the entire program, whether you're doing the fuelings, the whole food things that we teach, it's macro balance, it's glycemic index balance, it's portion control balance. And so they've taken a lot of the think out of it for you. So we really get to work on ourselves, and then we get to transition you. And so that's what I love, is that a lot of times we do think, oh, I have to like buy the program. But the reality is most people find it's just trading the grocery store budget, because we were paying a lot of money for grocery store food that was terrible for our health. And now we get to buy food that's really good for our health. And so when you trade those things, really that little bit of investment is really just investing in your health, which we find that we're going to do, either invest in food to have good health, or we'll invest in doctor appointments and medications later. And so you have done a tremendous job, though. And I love that you talked a lot about your health, because it's not just about losing weight, it's about getting healthy and creating a healthy lifestyle. And so I love that, because as we begin to lose weight, then we see the health changes really start to happen. And you've done a tremendous job with that. So yeah.
It's now I'm at the point where I am starting. I've added more movement in, because part of this program is, drinking enough water, and reducing down caffeine, getting more movement, all of it kind of staggered, so you're not overwhelmed at any one time. And now I'm at the point where, as I said to my doctor, this has been the year of Brenda, and I have improved in a lot of areas, but the other area that I do need to make more effort in is going to be, I got to start doing the twice a week kind of resistance training, some weight training. And then also moving from light activity to some moderate activity. And I will start doing that once I've right now I'm at the point where I'm eating lots of whole food, and we're just trying to make sure my weight is stable and that I'm in a good place. I don't want to change too many things at one time, because then you're trying to figure out what the heck to do, what you need to change. And so that's kind of what the next thing will be for me. Will add um, on this kind of health journey. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at right now.
And I love that because we say there was your before and then the after, and you've lost your weight. And then there's after the after, because we never just settle, we never stop. Because once you reach your goal, no one just stays there. You either start to slide back or you continue to improve. And so that's what I love, is that our program is about ultimate health. And so, really, you can improve in brain health, because as we age, there's brain health. Or, like you said, getting active. And now we get to teach our kids how to do it and be an active family and not focus everything on food. And so, yeah, and learning how to supplement your body correctly if there's anything that you're still low in. But all of those ways are things that we can continue to grow in: more active movement, more exercise. But yeah, I love that our plan, we get you to where you want to be. We begin to bring whole foods back in and teach you how to do that. And then we teach you the after, because that's what it's about, is optimal health and you being in control of your health and knowing what to do. And you've done an amazing job in it. So I'm
Yeah.
super proud of you and congratulations.
Yep. Yep. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate it. And I want to mention that, yeah, that this was making myself healthier for my daughter. As you know, she gets older, I get older. And it was also really important. I have some family history of Alzheimer's. And so I knew, one, I wanted to get the weight off, in part for that, but also because a lot of this is going to be good, for my brain health, and not just cardiovascular, because everybody thinks cardiovascular, and obviously, like with my cholesterol, that was much improved, and I'm happy about that. My blood pressure was improved, but I also was doing this because I want to have good brain health, and this is what I'm currently doing. I'm off the 5-in-1. I'm kind of in eating regular whole foods. All of it is good, in terms of the healthy green vegetables, um, fruits, but in moderation, carbs, good carbs in moderation, uh, you know, alcohol, moderation, light to moderation. That's one I'm still, kind of adjusting to, because I had been very dry for four months, and now it's kind of putting it back in, but also knowing that, hey, I don't want to go back to drinking as much as I was drinking. It's not healthy for me. It's not good. But keeping it in mind that you can have some things but it's definitely in moderation. And a lot of times too, when you have it, you're like, yeah, that didn't taste all that great. You're looking forward to that. I was telling Susan previously about eating some ice cream. There was nothing fancy about this ice cream. It was ice cream from, just a regular place. And, the first few bites were really tasted good, but subsequently it's like, why am I doing this? Why am I eating it just to eat it? And so that was a nice realization. And I think that's one of the things I'm learning now, kind of about, oh, I've had a taste, I'm good. I don't feel like I'm missing out on things because I tried it. I had a bit, but I'm fine. I don't need any more than what I just had. So that part's been good. And so I just, I've liked where I'm ending up, and it's a continual journey now. And the nice thing is Susan will be available to me, even kind of as we progress.
Yes.
She'll be available to me even if I'm not buying their products anymore. At a certain point, she's still available to me. So that part I like that part. And I do want to say thank you, Susan. You've been great. I didn't think I needed a coach, and it turns out it is really nice to have. It's nice to have one because helps keep you accountable. I came on the program with a friend. That was good. That was really nice, but I really didn't think I needed a coach. Like, why do I need to do this? I don't need, I can just read and all that, but uh, it's, it was good to have that because it did help for keeping me accountable for getting some reading done. Um, I didn't always get it done in a timely fashion, but I did get it done,
You did great.
and read some pages here, here, there, and someone to say, hey, how do I address this? How do I do that? Or, I'm not liking this feeling all that much, but I don't want to throw it away because kind of expensive. So what can I do? How can I make it a better fueling option for me? And she had great ideas for that. So she has been wonderful. She's been a great coach, and take advantage, whoever your coach might be, if it's Susan or someone else, make sure you use them, because I didn't think I needed a coach, but I did. So
And we all do. And you did fantastic with that. And I can't tell you the number of people that, yeah, some come on and they follow a program. And that's, we always say, modify the plan, you modify the results. But the plan is not just about food, it's about changing habits, it's about coaching, it's about our community and support, it's about learning new recipes and just how to modify. And so you really have done fantastic at that. And so many of us think, oh, I kind of know what to do. I just need to read the book, or I need that little piece of information. But the reality is, if we could do it on our own, we would have already done it. And so sometimes we just have to take that humbling. And so, but it is like, none of us know everything. And so we all need support and we need encouragement. And I love getting to talk to you guys, because you guys, like, all my clients have great ideas, and then I get to share it with other people too. But I learn from you guys sometimes, I feel like, as much as maybe I'm learning or teaching you. So it's great. Yeah. Just to have that accountability and encouragement from one another. But you really have, you've done tremendous on plan. And I love what you said about the alcohol, because I have a lot of clients come and they're like, I don't know, or even people talking about the plan, I don't know if I can do without the alcohol. And it, just like those sweets, have really become such a habit in our life that we don't even realize, that it's just, oh, I don't really even taste it that much, or I don't really need it, or I don't need it to relax and be comfortable around others. But I think what is hard about that is everyone gets comfortable drinking around each other. And so it becomes a very social aspect. And rather than really enjoying the people that we're with, it becomes about that and whether they're comfortable. So I love that this journey really allows us to say, what is best for me? And if I need to remove alcohol for a while, that's okay. And I don't have to please everyone else with what I'm eating or what I'm drinking. And it is amazing the number of people that find, like, wow, I don't feel good when I go back to drinking that. When your body gets clean, it tells you you don't want or need those things.
yeah,
But you do
yes,
get to have some. And
yeah,
we talked about that. You're like, can I
yep,
have some again? And absolutely, everything in moderation. And you get to decide that, because, again, you're in charge of your body. But now it's not based on a number on the scale. That doesn't tell you your value, your worth, or anything, but it's how your body feels. And so, because it's about health, it's not about, yeah, trying to live up to any kind of image.
right. Well, and that's kind of where I'm at now, is also, how do I feel after I've had maybe a little more carbs, because now healthy carbs are coming back in, but still, you don't want to have too many of them. And so that's also, or things that are salty, how do I feel after it? Do my hands feel a little sore in the morning, or a little stiff? And so it's kind of asking myself, because I know how I felt when I was on the 5-in-1 plan. And same thing too with the alcohol. It's like, one or two drinks might be okay, during the course of a week, but, 4 or 5, I don't think so, because I mean, in terms of how you feel when you're like, whoa, I don't feel so good. And I don't like feeling like this. And so, um, it's sort of a learning process too, about, you know, why do I want to do this? I don't need it, 1 or 2 drinks during the course of the week, I think is fine. One on Friday, one on Saturday, something like that. And and so it's been fine. I've also found some really good non-alcoholic beer that is low in carbs too.
Yeah.
So I have found some, and it has been, actually, it's very tasty, and it's a nice alternative. And so and I can tell you about it later. Susan.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that's what it's really all about. And that's what
Yeah.
we work on is it's not that you can't ever have anything again. It's like, what's a healthier alternative and what continues to make you feel good? Because yeah, this is about your health. And so you've done an amazing job. You followed the plan. You got to your goal. You've done fantastic through transition. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, we just want to
Yep.
celebrate you today. And thank you so
Yep.
much for sharing your story. Because
Okay.
I know, yeah, that's going to encourage others too. So we appreciate you and thank you so
All right.
much.
Okay. Thanks, Susan.
All
All
right.
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.